Good morning, Key Stage 1, and welcome to your Week 2, Day 4 of your English lessons of Little Red Riding Hood. Today we are building upon yesterday's learning when we were editing your writing by rereading and checking it, and then we were checking your spelling and punctuation. Today we are going to edit your writing by improving your vocabulary choices, so we are improving your word choices today. And then tomorrow you are going to publish your writing and make it a lovely little story. So how to be successful for today. Today you are editing your writing by improving vocabulary. So that's your word choices in your writing. Today you will need to add adjectives into your writing. But can you also think carefully about your vocabulary choices? So thinking about those synonyms as well. Thinking about different word choices you can use. And can you even rewrite whole sentences that need improving? So not just adding one or two words, but completely rewriting sentences so that they are more exciting to read. Let's start with a retrieval then. So in today's lesson, you will need to know what an adjective is because we will be adding them to our writing. So what is an adjective? Is it A, person, place, or thing? Is it B, a describing word? Or is it C, an action or a doing word? Pause the video, have a little chat to your grown-up before I read the answer. Is a describing word, and it's words that describe a noun. So they are words that describe the person, places, or things. So we're going to be adding lots of description words into our writing today. Let's check that you know which word is the adjective. So remember, an adjective is a description word. It is describing something, adding more detail to something. So I've got A, B, and C. Which word is the adjective? Which word describes something? She took a basket of yummy food with her. Which word describes? Is it took, basket, or yummy? Well done if you got that correct. It is yummy. So it's describing the food. The food was yummy. Can you think of any other adjectives that might describe the food? Maybe it was disgusting food. Maybe it was slimy food. Maybe it was fresh food. Shout out some more adjectives that could describe the food. Fantastic adjectives there. Well done. Another retrieval we'll need to remember is what a synonym is, because some of you are going to be thinking really carefully about your word choices and you'll be choosing different synonyms for a word. So can you remember what a synonym is? A synonym is a word that means the same or nearly the same as another word. So the example was little and small. And earlier this week, you were looking at synonyms for said. So shouted, explained, questioned, answered. And today you are going to be looking at different synonyms for some adjectives. So little and small, that would be a good example. Big and massive. So I'm going to give some examples of using adjectives to describe the characters of the wolf and Little Red Riding Hood. After I've given some examples, what you'll need to do is pause the video and see if you can write some more of your own. So looking at Red Riding Hood, she is wearing her red cape. Red is describing the colour of the cape. I could have also written her long cape. She is carrying a wooden basket. It's describing the basket that she is carrying. I could have also written brown basket or small basket. I've described the ground as well. I have written the bumpy ground, but thinking of a synonym for bumpy, I could have written the rough ground. Now describing the wolf, it is a scary wolf. Or using my synonyms, I could have put a frightening wolf. And the wolf has sharp teeth. Or I could have said he has pointy teeth. And his fluffy tail. Or I could have put his fuzzy tail, his hairy tail. I could have even gone with colours, his grey tail. So I'm going to leave the examples up there, and I want you to look at different things in the picture and see if you can use adjectives to describe it. You might want to describe the flowers in the bush, the trees, the grass, or you can do some more examples for Little Red Riding Hood and the wolf. So pause the video and take about 5 minutes to use your adjectives to describe the characters, and then put the video back on when you're ready to do the rest of your learning. Now I will give you some examples of how I would edit my writing to make sure I am adding these adjectives, these describing words, into my writing to make it more exciting. So for this activity, you're just listening, but you can definitely have a think and see if you'd use any better words than what I'm using. So what I'm going to do is read it through, and if there's somewhere where I think I can add description, I will do that. So once upon a time there was a girl called Little Red Riding Hood. So I could describe the girl here. I could think about what she looks like. Maybe she's a small girl. Maybe I could think about what she's like on the inside. Is she a brave girl? Is she a kind girl? And I'm going to put she was a brave girl. So with my pen, I'm just going to draw a little arrow to show there's meant to be another word there. And I'm going to write there was a brave girl. Once upon a time there was a brave girl called Little Red Riding Hood. I've added my adjective in that sentence. She lived with her mother. Again, I could describe her mother. Was she a small mother? Was she a tall mother? Was she a kind mother? I'm going to say she was a kind mother. She lived with her kind mother in a village. I could describe the village. Was it a big village? Was it gigantic? Or was it tiny? Was it small? I'm going to say it was a small village. But with that word small, I could definitely think of some more synonyms for a better word of small. So when you get the word mats, we've got a word mat over here. And then it gives you loads of different words for small. So I could have had a tiny village, I could have had a minute village, a miniature village, a pocket-sized village, microscopic village, but those make it sound really, really tiny. So I think I'm going to stick with small, but there are other synonyms you can use. So she lived with her kind mother in a small village near a forest. Again, I can describe the forest, and the word that I'm thinking of is enchanted. And enchanted makes it sound quite magical. So I'm going to put near An enchanted forest. So she lived with her kind mother in a small village near an enchanted forest. And that makes it sound a lot more exciting. One day, I could describe the day. Was it a stormy day? Was it a windy day? Was it a nice day? I'm going to say it was one sunny day. One sunny day, Little Red Riding Hood went to visit her grandmother. How could I describe her grandmother? I've already used the word kind. Think about other words for kind. I might say she was sweet. So sweet being nice, not sweet being tasty. Although the wolf might have found her tasty. So sweet. I might say she was old as well, but old, there are different words for old. So I might say her ancient, her aged, her elderly. I like elderly, so I'm going to say she went to visit her sweet elderly grandmother. So one sunny day, Little Red Riding Hood went to visit her sweet elderly grandmother. Lots of adjectives in there. I've done a good job on that one. Okay, on to our next sentence. She took a basket of food with her. How could I describe the basket? It could be a small wooden basket. I've used small. I'm looking at my other words for small. I don't want to use any of them, so I'm just going to put a wooden basket. But I could repeat small if I wanted to. She took a wooden basket of, and I've already described the food on another slide, of yummy food with her. Let's try that one again. She took a wooden basket of yummy food with her. On her way, Little Red Riding Hood met a wolf. How could I describe the wolf? I could say a scary wolf or a frightening wolf. On her way, Little Red Riding Hood met a scary wolf. And I could even describe the wolf here. I could say, met a scary wolf with sharp pointy and I could say claws or I could say teeth here. Sharp, pointy, I'm going to say teeth. And now that's the end of my sentence. I need a full stop. Fantastic. So I have edited my whole first paragraph of there, putting in lots and lots of different adjectives to make it more exciting. If there is a sentence where you have edited lots and lots of it, you might want to write it out again on another piece of paper. And that's why I've got the extra lines at the bottom, just in case I needed to rewrite a sentence again. But I've managed to fit it on okay in my writing. A quick plenary then before it's your go. So we're going to have 2 plenaries today, one before you start your task and then one at the end of it. So this is just to get you thinking about why we're using adjectives. So my plenary question is, which sentence is the most exciting to read and why? So is it A, on her way, Little Red Riding Hood met a wolf? Or is it B, on her way through the enchanted forest, Little Red Riding Hood met a scary wolf with sharp, pointy teeth? Which one is more exciting and why? Pause the video and have a chat to your grown-up and make sure you're explaining your answer. Now it is your turn. So you're going to find your Little Red Riding Hood story, and it's almost finished now, but we just need to make sure you are adding those adjectives into your writing. So we have got some adjective word mats that might help you if you're stuck for some ideas, but you can also think about different synonyms yourself. So if you've found an adjective you like but want to make it even better, think about other words that could mean the same thing. If you're not sure on your spellings, make sure you use your sound mat to help you try and sound them out. I want you to work through every single paragraph one at a time of your writing and try and improve every single one of them. And remember, if you want to challenge yourself to rewriting whole sentences, you can. Good luck. Pause the video here and play it again when you have finished editing your work. Amazing writing, everyone. Very good editing your work. And tomorrow your stories are ready for being published. So your last plenary for today is a discussion one. And I want you to discuss with your grown-up, why should you include adjectives into your writing? What's the point of them? Why do we need them in our work? Pause the video and talk to your grown-up about why we should have them. Before we do the reflection, the answer to the question really was, we use adjectives to make your writing a bit more exciting for the reader. So it's thinking about the reader who will be reading your writing, and it makes it more exciting for them. So our reflection for today, you are learning to edit your writing by improving vocabulary choices. So they are your word choices. Think in your head, can you add adjectives into your writing? Can you also think carefully about vocabulary choices and maybe start using some different synonyms for the words? And could you even rewrite whole sentences that needed improving? So not just changing 1 or 2 words, but rewriting the whole sentence. Tomorrow's lesson then is our last lesson on this unit of work, and you have done an amazing job with your Little Red Riding Hood story. So tomorrow you are going to be publishing your writing and turning it into a story. And I look forward to working with you again tomorrow. Have a great day, everyone.